Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick video and introduce myself. My name is Harvey. I'm the LIMA Six guy. I'm sure a lot of you have seen videos that I posted in the past of the LIMA Six belt-fed AR15 project. I just wanted to, again, introduce myself, tell you a little bit about the story, why I did this, where we're going, and how you guys can be a part of it. I just wanted to start by saying thank you. Sincerely, you guys, the support has been overwhelming. I haven't spent any money on advertising. I've just been doing this on my own for the past year or so, and every step of the way, you guys have been of support of the project. Just as simple as, commenting on a post, reposting it, or, some of you guys buying shirts on my website, that's great too. Everything that you guys do, I just want to say I really appreciate it. Now I want to talk about why I decided to do this project. So belt feds have been around for well over 150 years at this point. It's not a new technology. I'm not claiming to have invented some crazy new thing here. I just want to bring technology that's been around forever and make it actually affordable for regular people. I mean, I started this because I wanted a belt fed for myself, and they're incredibly expensive. And when I look at what goes into a belt fed, I mean, yeah, they are complicated. When I look at the price of what they cost, $5,000-$10,000, and up from there, and I just ask myself why. The technology has been around for so long, and you go into any gun store, how many belt feds are you going to see available for sale in that gun store? Probably zero. I'm sure there's gun stores out there that do have belt feds, but it's not really a common thing. Most of the gun stores I go in, they have 100, 200 AR-15s, not a single belt fed firearm of any kind. Maybe they have one, maybe they have one semi M249 Saul that just kind of sits in the corner and waits till somebody shows up with 10 grand to drop on it. But it's certainly not common. And in my mind, there's no reason for that. It absolutely can be made affordable and still be reliable and still be a quality product. I don't want it to be this thing where only the super rich have belt feds. I mean, how many people do you know, you watching this video right now, how many people do you know that own belt feds? Again, I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that maybe do, but the average person has never shot a belt fed, doesn't know anyone that has one. It's like this rare thing. And again, there's no reason for that in my mind. I want everyone who's a gun owner to be able to own one. So that's my mission. A little bit of backstory as to how I ended up in this position. So I've been a product designer / manufacturing engineer my entire adult life. Since I was about 18 years old, I've been doing product design and manufacturing engineering. I worked for my dad for about 10 years, of starting when I became an adult, turned 18, doing radio communications. My dad actually designs the radio that goes inside the quarterbacks' helmets for the NFL, and he supplied them with those helmet radios for about 20 years. And there was a lot of product design that went into that I helped my dad with, and I really learned a lot during that. That was sort of the start of my product design career. After doing that for about 10 years, I split off and started a company with some friends making reactive target systems. Again, a lot of product design with that, both mechanical, electrical, software stuff. It was a pretty complicated product. And I did that for, I guess, about, 5 to 7 years. I don't know the exact amount of time. From there, I went on to work at a metal fabrication shop doing manufacturing engineering. And that's pretty much my career in a nutshell. So unfortunately, about 2 years ago, my dad unexpectedly passed away. He had a heart attack out of nowhere and spent about 5 weeks in the hospital on life support. And it was absolutely devastating to me. I was very close with my dad. He taught me a lot of things that I know. And again, that was completely unexpected and really shook me up. And he had still had the business, the radio business that I had worked at, and when he passed away, there was a bunch of jobs that he still had that he was working on, and there were jobs that had deposits made, and they had to be finished. So, I talked about it with my family, and we all decided that I was going to take over my dad's business and finish up those jobs, and that's what I did. And then I kind of came at a crossroads. What do I want to do with this business? Do I want to keep running this radio business, or do I want to turn it into something else? Turn it into something that I'm passionate about. My dad was really, really passionate about radio communications, and I like radios. They're awesome, but I don't have that same passion for them that my dad did. I have a passion for product design and firearms. And I've been thinking about this belt fed for a long time, this belt fed project. And I thought, well, maybe this is the perfect opportunity. I will design a belt fed, make it affordable, bring it to market. So that's what I started doing April last year. And so far it has gone really well. I have one working prototype at this point. There's lots of videos online. You guys can watch it shooting. And right now we have 10 beta units that are being produced. About 2-3 weeks from now, we'll have the 10 beta units. All the machining will be done for that, and we'll start assembling them. And that's going to be pretty exciting when those come out. Because if you think what I have now is cool, I mean, this is a pretty rough prototype. The beta units are going to be awesome. They're going to be like what the production units are. They're going to look awesome. They're going to work awesome. So I'm really looking forward to that. One of the things that you guys might be wondering is, what's the quality of this going to be? Is this some garage project? Is this some, thing that some random dude came up with? Or like, how can we trust this? How do we trust that it's not going to blow up? How do we trust that I know what I'm doing and that the people making this know what they're doing? Well, I can say that I've partnered with several companies that have extensive knowledge in the firearms industry. And those companies are doing my manufacturing for me. I'm not actually manufacturing any of the physical parts that go in here. I'm just doing the design work. I mean, I have made some of the parts that are in this prototype, but in terms of production, that's being done by real companies that really make AR-15s every day. One of the most important partnerships that I have with this is with KAK Industries. They are making the bolt carrier groups and several of the other parts, but mainly the bolt carrier groups and the bolts. And the barrel itself is just a standard AR-15 barrel. So, and the bolt is not a standard AR-15 bolt, but it's extremely similar. And again, it's being made by a company that already makes AR-15 bolts. So you don't have to worry about this thing blowing up. The parts that are like made from scratch that deviate from a standard AR-15 design are all of the belt feed components. The parts that hold all of the pressure of the explosion of the round going off, again, those are either standard AR-15 parts or they're made by companies that have extensive experience making AR-15 parts. The upper receiver and top cover are being made by an aerospace company that already makes AR-15 upper receivers. So again, I want you guys to feel comfortable that this is not a garage-built gun. This is a high-quality, well-thought-out, well-engineered firearm that you guys can trust. So I wanted to take a second and talk about the wait list. I started a wait list back in, I think, October of last year, and that has been tremendously successful. We got 3,000 people on the wait list, and I did decide to cap the wait list at 3,000 people. I know some people weren't happy about that, but there's a few reasons why I decided to do that. It started to become an issue keeping track of all the emails and everything. I'm not a super technical guy. I set up a plugin on my website to keep track of all that. And I did at one point actually lose a bunch of people on the wait list. Fortunately, I was able to go back and recover them. So don't worry, if you were on the list, you're still on the list. But it's just been a little bit of an issue trying to keep track of all the emails and everything. And by the time I hit 3,000 people, it seems like maybe that's enough, right? Maybe once I fill the first 3,000 orders, and again, I don't even know that everyone's going to place the order. It's a wait list without a deposit, so I don't know. Maybe half of you guys will place the order, but once I get through everyone on the wait list, then it's going to be available for sale on the website. So just wanted to explain that. Now, I still have a newsletter sign up, so if you missed the boat and you're not on the wait list, please sign up for the newsletter anyway, because once it does go up live on the website for anyone to buy, if you're on the newsletter, you'll immediately get a notification that you can go on the website and order it. Cost right now, we set a goal in the beginning of $3,000 for a complete upper or $2,000 for a build kit. I have not wavered from that at all. That's still the goal, and I would like to honestly, over time, try to get that cost even lower. I think there might be people that are expecting the other way around, where it's going to be cheap in the beginning, but then get more and more expensive over time. I want to do the other way around. I truly want to make this as affordable as possible. Now, for the $2,000 build kit, that's going to include everything that you need in terms of the custom belt-fed components for you to build your upper receiver. You will have to add some standard AR15 parts to that. For example, you'll have to add a barrel, a handguard, a gas tube, maybe a gas block, not sure about that, maybe a couple little odds and ends, but it's going to come with the upper receiver, the top cover, bolt carrier, all the internal parts. You could complete the $2,000 build kit for less than $200. Like if you were to go out and buy a budget barrel and a budget handguard, add that to the $2,000 build kit. So you could have a complete upper that you build yourself for $2,200. Don't be intimidated by the process of building the upper receiver. I'm going to have very thorough videos of how to put it together. If you've ever built a standard AR15 upper receiver, it goes together the exact same way. And if you've ever built a standard AR15 upper receiver, you know how easy it is. Once you have a couple of special tools that you need, watch a couple of videos, it's really not that difficult. So I do want to encourage people. Now, I will make less money on the build kit. So I'm trying to tell you I'm trying to convince you to give me less money because again, it goes with the goal of making every gun owner be able to afford this. So just wanted to mention that. Keep that in mind. The build kit is a great value, and you guys can definitely build them. Another thing that I want to talk about is QD barrels. I get this question a lot. Does it have QD barrels? Why doesn't it have QD barrels? And so there's a few things I want to mention about that. No, the first iteration of this project does not have quick detach barrels. That is for several reasons. The first one being just simplicity and cost. Again, I want this thing to use standard AR-15 barrels because you can literally get an AR-15 barrel for $40 right now. If I'm doing a QD barrel system, it's probably going to require a proprietary barrel, which is going to add a lot of expense. It's also going to push back the development of this project. And I don't want this to be a years-long thing when, we talk about it and then prototype and then beta test and then we, make some changes and, just the process drags on and on and on and on. And everyone's like, hey, when's this thing actually going to come to market? So my goal is to make a platform so I can come to market quickly and then build on that platform down the road with things such as the QD barrels. So again, for simplicity, keeping it with the standard AR-15 barrel is the fastest way to come to market with a reliable product, and it keeps the cost affordable for you guys. Now, I do plan to make a QD barrel version down the road, and one thing I want you guys to know and understand is that the goal with that is that it's just an upper receiver swap. You don't have to buy an entire new complete upper receiver when the QD barrel version comes out. I don't want people to hesitate to buy this because, oh, well, if I just wait 6 months or a year or whatever it is, then I'll get the QD barrel version. Well, no, because you'll be able to upgrade your unit. The top cover, a lot of the expense of this thing is not just in the upper receiver. It's in the top cover. It's in all the small parts, the belt feed components that are in the top cover, the bolt carrier, the bolt, all that sort of stuff. The upper receiver itself could easily be swapped, and you could keep all those other components and just switch them over. So yes, we will come out with the QD barrel version, and yes, if you bought the original version, you will be able to either send it to us so that we can swap the receiver out, or you could do it yourself if you're comfortable with that, which again, it's not going to be that difficult. We're going to have videos. The last thing I want to mention is, if you guys want to support this project, I do have merch on my website, LIMA SIX shirts. I have green and black shirts right now. I have green and black hoodies, and I have stickers. I do want to come out with a lot more stuff. Right now, we're just trying to keep it simple. So again, I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me over this project. Please continue to support it, because there's a lot of cool things to come if this is successful, which I really think it's going to be. But it needs to be successful, not just for the sake of this product, but we want to do more things in the future. One example is, I already mentioned the QD barrels. Another thing that I definitely want to do once this one is done is the 308 version. I know you guys are really excited about the 308 version. I am too. Oh, and again, I should have mentioned this. I should have mentioned this when I was talking about the QD barrel thing, because everyone's all worried about the heat and whatnot. So I have partnered with Red Right Hand, who makes really awesome upper receivers with heat sinks built into the barrels and heat sinks built into the gas tubes, and we're partnering together to deliver a kind of cross between our products, where it's a belt fed using his barrel system, his heat mitigation system, he calls it, and the high heat gas tubes. That is going to be insane. In fact, we think that it's going to kind of totally negate the need for a QD barrel. I know there's a lot of people that are probably going to argue with me when I say that. But his upper just went over 1,000 rounds continuously, full auto, without having an issue. And think about how much ammo you can carry on your person, and all those rounds were fired within about a 4-minute time span. So how many 200 round belts are you really going to carry on your person, and are you going to dump them all in 4 minutes? It's not really reasonable. So I think that's going to be an awesome kind of offshoot of this product. So definitely make sure you follow Red Right Hand. Check out his socials. Check out his website. He makes some awesome stuff. So I think that's it. That kind of wraps up what I wanted to update you guys on. I did mention that the beta units are only a few weeks out, so definitely get on my newsletter if you're not already, because we're gonna get them in, make lots of videos. You're not gonna want to miss it. And again, if you don't mind, stop by my website, pick up a shirt, pick up some stickers. I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.